I feel good, and I'm gonna go out there and perform and do what I do best.
Floyd, you really want to take them both on at the same night? Both
Absolutely, easy. You got two fake fighters. Fake fight, I'm a real fighter.
What's up? You want to run it 2 on one night?
Absolutely.
You want to run it 2 on one night?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Haymon.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Haymon.
Let me call Al Haymon.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own
2 on
boss.
one night. Got your hat.
After a press conference for Mayweather's boxing match against Logan Paul on June 6th, Jake Paul pulled a hat off Floyd Mayweather's head. The big South Florida boxing match between Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul is still a month away, but the two got physical at a media event for the clash at Hard Rock Stadium on Thursday. When Paul's brother, Jake, ripped Mayweather's hat off his head at the stadium in Miami Gardens, tempers flared. What happened next? Well, we've got all the details for you. Continue watching the video. Floyd Mayweather reacts to his fight versus Jake Paul. It's clear that Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather are both unhappy with Jake Paul after Jake Paul stole Floyd Mayweather's hat at the face-to-face press conference. The legendary former champion met Jake's brother Logan Paul for the first time ahead of their exhibition on June 6th, but things quickly got out of hand. Jake squared up to Mayweather and stole his hat, prompting a furious reaction from the disrespected 44-year-old. Mcgregor, who previously fought Floyd in his own bizarre crossover bout back in 2017, reacted with a message for Mayweather Promotion CEO Leonard Ellerb on Instagram. The kid curled up, didn't fight back once, and Floyd is still running around acting the tough guy. The kid actually just pulled this shambles of a situation. Floyd is in out of the drain for him. He should thank him. It's embarrassing. Pro to pro, it's embarrassing. He will not scratch $10 million for this fight, and he knows it. It was cancelled once already. The world is watching this on Twitter. He'd fight a half-decent pro and command $20 million upwards, yet it's this shit. Conor McGregor recently branded former rival Floyd Mayweather embarrassing after Money's brawl with YouTube star Jake Paul.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. One night. Got your hat.
I ain't never did nothing to you. Got your hat. Don't disrespect me.
UFC star Conor McGregor recently branded former rival Floyd Mayweather embarrassing after Money's brawl with YouTuber Jake Paul on Thursday at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The two were at the center of a melee that happened following the heated press conference between Floyd Mayweather and Jake's older brother Logan Paul, who are set to collide in an exhibition bout on June 6th. The Paul brothers and the boxing legend traded some harsh words in front of the media, even taking personal jibes at each other. However, things soon took a dark turn after Jake Paul pulled off Floyd Mayweather's cap, angering the boxing legend and instigating a huge brawl. Mayweather threw several punches at the YouTuber before security got involved and separated the two. It was later revealed that Paul sustained some minor injuries from the brawl, with the problem child even claiming that one of Mayweather's bodyguards punched him in the eye. Conor McGregor on Floyd Mayweather vs. Jake Paul brawl. A few hours later, Conor McGregor reacted to the brawl by sharing a picture from his 2017 press conference with the boxing legend where he slapped Mayweather's head. In the caption, McGregor accused Mayweather of attacking Paul, who was not even trying to fight back. Tagging Floyd's longtime business partner, Leonard Ellerb, McGregor added that Mayweather was walking around like a tough guy after hitting a kid, who McGregor believes punked him to start a brawl and grab headlines. Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor. McGregor slams Mayweather. McGregor then slammed Mayweather for accepting to fight Logan Paul, who just went pro and lost his first and only bout to fellow YouTuber KSI in 2018. McGregor thinks that Mayweather, who boasts an undefeated record of 50-0, just wants to make money, which is sad. In conclusion, the Notorious One asked Mayweather to fight a real boxer or freak off. Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor and Mayweather have a well-known history, as the former UFC 2-division champion lost to Mayweather by TKO in the 10th round in August of 2017. However, both the men earned huge purse for the bout, which went on to become the second biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, financially. Later, the two went their own ways, with McGregor returning to UFC and Mayweather retiring as a pro boxer, but continued to fight in exhibitions. Conor McGregor's next fight: Conor McGregor vs. Dustin Poirier 3. While Mayweather is preparing for Paul, McGregor is getting ready to face Dustin Poirier in a trilogy bout at UFC 264. Both the fighters are currently tied 1-1 going into the third bout, with McGregor winning the first clash at UFC 178 and Poirier getting his hands raised in the second at UFC 257. UFC 264 will take place on July 10th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. "It's always a freaking spectacle with that kid," Logan said of his little brother. About 10 minutes prior, after Logan and Mayweather held a press conference, Jake plucked the cap Mayweather was wearing straight from his head and ran off with it as dozens of reporters surrounded them. From there, all hell broke loose with fists and death threats flying from an irate Mayweather. Once the chaos subsided, Logan emerged from the bowels of Hard Rock Stadium to speak. "Yeah, he told me he was gonna do it," Logan said of Jake's bold stunt. "I told him not to." But did Logan mean it? After all, the mayhem caused by Jake brought a lot of attention to his fight with Mayweather. He continued, "Floyd did look pretty emotional. He was angry. He can act cool all he wants on stage, but I think my brother's kind of doing my job for me." To hear more from Logan Paul, watch his full session with reporters in the video above. YouTube star Jake Paul spoke out Wednesday against his brother Logan Paul facing Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a boxing exhibition on February 20th. In an interview with TMZ Sports, Jake suggested that he believes it will be a one-sided affair in favor of the legendary 50-0 Mayweather. "My brother's freaked," Jake said. "It's bad for the sport. I think it's just for clout." Jake, who is 3-0 as a boxer and fresh off a knockout win over former NBA player Nate Robinson, added, "I wish him the best of luck. I just don't get in there with a guy who's never ever been knocked out. He's been knocked down once and it was by accident." Jake's comments are in stark contrast to boxer Victor Ortiz, who lost to Mayweather by 4th round knockout in 2011. Per Steven Mariko of MMA Fighting, Ortiz expressed his belief that Mayweather will have a challenge on his hands with Logan after watching Logan perform in training camp. "I'm telling you, it's going to be an interesting fight. I've talked to him about Floyd a few times. I give him the simple things. Floyd is Floyd, but you're unstoppable. You're on another level. I strongly believe Floyd will have trouble. Logan can box, and he has power, reach speed, and he can move now." Ortiz even said Paul will be a tougher matchup for Mayweather than UFC star Conor McGregor, who took Mayweather to the 10th round before losing by technical knockout in a legitimate professional boxing match in 2017. Mayweather has not fought since then aside from an exhibition bout against kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa on December 31st, 2018. Mayweather knocked Nasukawa down 3 times in the first round and won the exhibition. Meanwhile, Logan is 0-1-1 in his first 2 career exhibition fights, as he fought fellow YouTuber KSI to draw in his first fight and then lost a rematch by split decision. Conor McGregor let Floyd Mayweather know how he felt about what went down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami earlier on Thursday. In an Instagram post, McGregor said Mayweather was embarrassing and sad for attacking Jake Paul during a press conference to promote his upcoming fight with Jake's brother, Logan Paul. Security intervened when the pair were involved in an altercation after Jake Paul grabbed at Mayweather's hat. Mayweather, who has fought once since knocking out McGregor in 2017, said he would be willing to go 2-for-1 against the Pauls when the fight is staged on June 6th. "I don't have to talk about what I'm going to do. The world knows what I'm going to do," Mayweather said. "I'm willing to fight both in the same night." That comment provoked Jake Paul, who earned his third boxing victory when he finished former MMA fighter Ben Askren in less than 2 minutes on April 17th. His brother, who has only fought a fellow YouTuber KSI, is seeking his first victory after 2 losses.